this is NJ, your host on this channel. In this video, we will have our discussion on the auspicious and inauspicious side of the 8th house of our astrological chart. So guys, a house which is a nemesis, which is a challenge to decode even for the expert of the astrologers. How can you see the prominence of this house? That if someone's life is being controlled or ruled chiefly by this house, how can you decode it in the form of seeing the characteristics in someone's personality, in someone's career choices, in someone's life path? That is something which we will try to understand or do in this video. Now guys, you must be wondering that why I did not follow a sequence, why I did not start first with the first house or second house, why straight away to the 8th house. So definitely I always have a backstory to support. So yesterday, I'm a big time M. Night Shyamalan fan. All of his movies which are psychological thriller, 8th house typical energy. So his latest release which is A Knock at the Cabin. So this movie is about the main actors or lead of the movie. They all got this kind of vision about a imminent apocalyptic event. So now definitely guys, whenever we talk about anything to do with the intuition, premonition, astral experiences, over there 8th house plays a very important role. So that is the only reason. And because today at the time when I'm recording this video, it's a Saturday, it's a full moon as well, taking place in the Cancer, in the Ashlesha Nakshatra. So I thought, okay, let's have our discussion on this topic only, and let's start first with the 8th house. So now guys, because in this video, I will be talking about the spirits, I will be talking about Tantra. So I do not have any expertise in any of these esoteric sciences, but just because in my own personal life, my ascendant lord, my 10th house lord, my moon sign lord, they all are being controlled from the 8th house, and I'm also going through the 8th house dasha as well. So basis my own personal life, my own experiences, in this video I will be sharing more of the esoteric experiences to explain you this topic. So guys, the first way to understand the energies or functioning of this house in someone's life is your astral experiences, our sensitivity to invisible and intangible planes of existence. So guys, it's very simple. Like if you will find someone that, whether someone who is working professionally in a field which involves like this could be spirit communication, or whether a person who is getting benefited because of his intuition, or whether a person who is getting all sort of problems because of these kind of tormentations being caused by the spirits, straight away comes in the purview of the 8th house. Like guys, if I were to share my own personal life, I have always been a Lord Shiva devotee, and whenever your 8th house dasha starts, you tend to remain very much prone and kind of vulnerable towards these kind of esoteric experiences as well. So like if I were to share a couple of experiences from my life, like I remember back in 2006, I went on this solo trip to Kashi Vishwanath because I'm a big time Lord Shiva devotee. I being ruled by 8th house, even your impulse and your plans are always sudden in nature. I did not get anyone to accompany me. I went on my own. That time I did not even have a cell phone as well. So when I reached there, I was planning to have a darshan early in the morning, and it was already little bit late by the time I reached there. I did not have any idea that you need to get a ticket for the early morning darshan, the very first aarti. I guess it was the Mangala aarti. So when I was having my dinner, someone in that restaurant, he told me about this. I rushed to get the ticket, and when I got the ticket, I thought, okay, it's already 10:30 or 11. By the time I will reach my hotel, and I have to be there at the temple premises by 2 or 2:30. So, and I was so impatient for this darshan. I was like, I'm not going to sleep in the night. I will just roam around in the all the ghats on the bank of Ganga river, and when it will be close to the time when I have to be at the temple premises, then I will go to my hotel, I will take a bath, and then I will rush to the temple premises. I was just roaming around, and I just saw a Shivlinga there. I was like, what could be a better way of spending my night than meditating in front of Shivlinga? I started doing that. in couple of minutes I heard this chattering of people around me. When I opened my eyes, they asked about my well-being, and then they asked me, okay, you know where you are? I was like, I'm in Kashi, I'm in the Ghat. He said no, you are, I guess it was the Manikarnika Ghat. You are right now on a midnight, you are sitting in a cremation ground, and you know how many spirits are wandering over there over your head. So the point which I'm trying to say over here is that, guys, generally what happen is that if you are a prominent 8th house rule person, so that is for sure that you will definitely going to have these kind of extraterrestrial experiences. Now whether you will get benefited because of it, you will get protected because of it, or you will get harmed by it, that all is being seen by the characteristics of the 8th house and its energies functioning in your life. Guys, I still remember when this dasha started of the 8th house, I was going through many accidents. Like, it's like suddenly things are falling in front of me and I'm just getting into one accident after another, and sick and tired of all of that, I ran into one Lal Kidab astrologer. So he was giving me some remedies which involves going to the cremation ground. So again, like the first experience which I shared with you, that happened back in 2006. Second experience I'm talking right now is in 2013. So now this guy told me that, okay, these are the certain remedies which I recommend if you actually want to make this house stop troubling you. So I was like, okay, I do not believe in all these remedies, but yeah, I'm a devotee. I'm a kind of any remedy which involves bhakti, I will be very much ready to do that. So then this guy told me that even if you want to do the bhakti, if you want to appease the energies of the 8th house, you still have to go to the cremation ground. And you would not believe, guys, after the recommendation of that guy, during those days, I was keeping the Kalashtami Vrat as well, like the 8th night of the waning phase of the moon. I used to keep fast dedicated to the Lord Kal Bhairava. And I used to go to the, I'm from Delhi. There was a Hanuman temple, Marghatwala Hanumanji Mandir. I used to go there for the darshan, and just opposite to it was this cremation ground. And just because once I was coming back after the darshan at Lord Hanuman's temple, I was just coming back. So when I was taking this U-turn, suddenly this astrologer's words were there in my mind. I was like, okay, let me take a chance. I parked the car, I went inside, and there was this murti of goddess Kali, Lord Kal Bhairav, Lord Shiva, Lord Hanuman. And after that, I ensured that on all of the Kalashtami Vrat of mine, I will do the darshan in that cremation ground. And you would not believe, guys, after that, all these accidents, all these kind of vulnerability towards wounds and cuts and accidents, they immediately stopped bothering me. So that is the only reason, guys, when we talk about the energies of the 8th house, all these kind of astral experiences, all these kind of spirit communication or channeling tend to remain very strong. There is a good friend of mine. He is right now going through the dasha of the 8th house, and he just shared one account of his, one experience which he had, where he told me that there was someone, I was like in sleep, and I woke up with this experience that someone is trying to choke me on my chest and trying to pull me down. So these are the kind of experiences. Now, just looking at these two experiences, what I had was that just because when I try to appease these energies, they stop bothering me. Like, rather, I would say that you call it intuition, extrasensory awareness or perception. I have always got benefited, protected because of the energies of the 8th house. And I also shared this experience where this friend of mine, he was getting tormented because of the malefic 8th house troubling him. And not only, guys, that whenever we talk about the energies of the 8th house, so if you come across any of the experiences where you get to know that someone who is got possessed by some evil spirit, or some of the departed member of the family, the soul of that departed family member is trying to communicate or is bothering any person within the family, that also tells about the negative side of the energies of the 8th house. Guys, the point which I'm trying to say over here is that obviously all these spirits are always there around us. But whenever our 8th house dasha gets activated or 8th house gets activated, we tend to remain very close and somehow in the range or in the reach of these energies. Guys, I still remember there is a known person. When this person was going through depression and some hard phase, he used to come to me. Now this could be that I am a healer, people feel relieved whenever they talk to me. I did not realize that he will take that extreme step, and this person committed suicide. In our Hindu ritual, at the time on the 13th day, I was not able to go to that ritual, but I had this awareness that I sensed a spirit around me right at that time. And it's not the standalone experiences, I have had those kind of similar experiences. And during that time I got in touch with one of my fellow astrologer friend from Bharti Vidya Bhavan. I shared this experience. He just told me that, Nipun, it's not like that. That is one of the experience which explains that suicide is never the final solution. You have to find the peace in this life, and if you will go against the law of the nature, then even in the other worlds you will not be able to find peace. And he just told me that, okay, you do not have to worry, because the way the kind of devotion you have towards the gods. And this person has got complete account of my chart, and he mentioned this thing that in your case it's not like that you are a healer for the living beings, but even if you make yourself accessible to any of the place or those energies where there is some sort of spirit intervention over there, so they might even try to communicate with you as well. This is what your energies are. So yes guys, the gist of all of this discussion is that if you come across any of the person, like I have even heard from so many astrologers as well, that within India, that there are those people who controls spirit, and whenever someone will come to them with any of their query, the spirit will just whisper that person's few of the secrets, and this person, just to win the confidence of that client, he will reveal that. So whenever you come across these kind of accounts, these kind of experiences, all of that represents the 8th house activated energies. Now whether if this person is getting tormented, that is the negative side of the 8th house, and if this person has got this extra sensory awareness, that also tells about the strengthened state of the 8th house. Guys, these days it has become like a fashion. Like everyone says, people use this as a throwaway line, as a cool slang. You know, when I get free from work, I have to do meditation in the evening because I'm very spiritual. So if someone asks you to describe what does spirituality means, so if I were to say that for me, spirituality or being spiritual means conscious awareness to all sort of extra sensory movements all around you. So if you can gain that sort of awareness, then you can call yourself as that you are spiritual. And being spiritual has nothing to do with being religious or having a strong faith. It just tells about being strongly, closely attuned to your soul. So yes guys, that is the very first point which will speak out loud that this person is being controlled or governed by the 8th house. Now guys, when we talk about so many of the highly elevated spiritual souls, like you talk about Osho, you talk about Dhirendra, which the Holy Land of India has witnessed. So it has also been mentioned over there that a lot many times what happens is that when you tend to remain so persistent in decoding the secret functioning of the universe, so nature also kind of plot against you that you will not find the lineage of these people. So somehow the knowledge which they have gained, they remain preserved with them. So yes guys, this is what the esoteric, mysterious side of the 8th house. But again, if in this lifetime your 8th house has got strongly activated, so you have this potential to experience reality in a very esoteric way, which a rational mind will not be able to understand. Now guys, the point number 2 is that transformation. Now when I say transformation, so transformation does not mean that you started, you were a non-vegetarian eater and you became a vegan, or you had a lifestyle and you adopted to different lifestyle. When I say transformation, that means that someone's life got completely overturned. Like you were a very material driven person and suddenly you became a monk. So that sort of strong transformation only comes from the 8th house. Now it all comes down to that whatsoever has transformed your life, has it made you a better person? Has it made your living conditions better? Has it connected you with your life purpose, or it has only worsened things for you? So if you come across someone in whose case rapid transformation is taking place, and this transformation is making his life, his knowledge, his personality better, so that means this person is strongly being controlled or governed by the 8th house. Now guys, third point is that when we talk about godly status or defamation, that also comes from the 8th house. Right guys, why to go any further? We have an example of Osho, who is being strongly like his chart manifest the strong energies of the 8th house, and all of his followers, disciple, used to address him as Bhagwan Osho. And even if you will take up the case of India's superstar like Amitabh Bachchan, he is also considered as a god in the Bollywood, in the film industry. Now the case over here is that 8th house has got this potential that if its energy is working in a positive way, it will give you that sort of hype around you, that sort of mystery around your name. And we cannot even overlook this fact that 8th house also tells about longevity, that even when you have left the world, your name still remains. All of your accomplishments, your achievements still gets remembered. That power only 8th house holds to grant to someone. And guys, in its negative case, when we talk about all sort of allegation, all sort of severe defamation, that also comes from the 8th house. So if you come across someone who has elevated to a godly status in his chosen field, his name is remembered even after this person has gone. That is also the 8th house, the positive side of it. And in the negative side, all sort of defamation. Now guys, after that, now just because here we are talking about spirituality, we are talking about spirits, so we cannot overlook the contribution coming in the form of sex as well, because this house also represents that. Now guys, when we talk about any sort of sexual encounters which is acting as a therapy in someone's case, or which is acting as a trauma in someone's case, that is also being seen from the 8th house. Like when we talk about someone who had got assaulted in their childhood, or someone who has got such a bitter experiences in this account that even after being grown up, this person deeply abhors the mere thought of sex. So that also is somehow connected with the 8th house. Majority of the cases where rape take place, where physical assault take place, you will definitely find the say coming in from the 8th house. So whether sex will act as a transcendental awareness for you, like when we talk about the way it has been explained in majority of the tantric scriptures, that sex can be used for 3 reasons: for pleasure, for creation, and for liberation. So that also comes from the 8th house, and the all sort of trauma connected with it is also being seen from the 8th house. If someone is displaying traits in these lines, you can fairly see that okay, energy is coming in from the 8th house. These are the characteristics of the 8th house. After that guys, when we talk about rapid growth, like irrespective of all the esoteric side which I just mentioned, we cannot overlook this fact that when we talk about people winning lottery, people getting some big chunk of inheritance, you got married and suddenly you remained lucky that windfall of gain took place in your life, that is also the 8th house. And the another side of the 8th house is that consistent crisis in someone's life. Like you will come across a person who is not able to come out of crisis in the life, like suddenly this could be health problem, in the personal life, this could be in the life of any of his family member, or this could be accident, this could be court cases. So if you come across any of the person who has grown rapidly in a very short span of time, or someone who is in one crisis after another, both these two extreme ends are the characteristics which can only be attached with the energies of the 8th house. After that, guys, another aspect of this house is that problems or support connected with inheritance. So definitely, it's like your the kind of value system which you share with your partner. So whether, like, because I keep on coming across all those cases where people are born in a family that they have got paternal dispute even before the child was born, and he grew up in that environment where he is having any sort of family dispute with his paternal uncles. Or there are those cases as well where people remain lucky in inheriting a fortune because of being born in a privileged family. So all of that is also connected with the energies of the 8th house. Now guys, after that, this house also tells about how we die, especially accidental deaths and accidents. So someone who got into any of the threatful workplace injury, that the hand has to be amputated, any body limb got badly severely afflicted, or any of the accidents, all those people who are very much prone towards accidents are seen from the 8th house. Now guys, when we talk about anything to do with age and longevity, for that the houses which can give you death are the 2nd house, 7th house and the 4th house. 8th house can tell you about the reason of the death, and in extreme cases the accidental deaths which take place. But yes, 8th house is chiefly responsible for all those people in whose case who tend to remain very much prone towards accidents. After that guys, when we talk about the chief attribute of this house, which is the secrecy, like when we come across all those raw agents, CIA professionals, and all those people in whose line of work or their whole life has got some sort of secrecy involved to it, that is a typical 8th house. Unless and until 8th house energy is not supporting you, you will not be able to do anything good which involves making your whole existence a secret, a mystery. And also guys, when we talk about all those people who got access to any of the secret which became responsible for their success. Now this could be you made some scientific discovery, you made some invention, or like in all those cases where person has got a very good career, everything was going in as per the plan, but suddenly one scandal broke out, one sort of big mistake committed by this person got revealed to media, this got exposed, and which actually ruined the complete career or complete life of that person. That is also connected with the energies of the 8th house. After that guys, and the last thing I would say, that is I have actually made a few of the points over here: unspoken emotions, unresolved issues, and collective psychology. Now guys, understand this thing. When we talk about collective psychology, that is the only reason all those big politicians, all those big religious leaders or cult leaders who have got this capacity to influence the masses, move the masses over there, 8th house plays a very strong role. Unless and until your 8th house is not strong, you will not be able to manipulate the crowd, manipulate the masses. Now for good or for bad, that will be a typical identification of the 8th house energy supporting person. And definitely guys, all those cases where people have got some unresolved issue which keep on bothering them for the life, like you had some traumatic experience in a childhood and which left some lasting scar in your subconsciousness, in your memory. So that is also somehow connected with the 8th house related energy. So guys, in this video majorly I shared some disturbing, sensitive information with you, but yes, this is what the personality of this house is, and that is the only reason we do not want to indulge in the 8th house related matters. But like the way I started with this topic and the attributes of this house, first with the spiritually blessed side of this house. So you cannot ignore that there are certain parallel realities which exist at the same time with us, and unless and until your 8th house is not strong, you will not be able to access that. So yes guys, this is something which I wanted to say as a part of my inputs on this topic. For further more updates and notifications on the divine science of Vedic astrology, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and like my Facebook page. Dhanyavad.